I did a little shopping while we were out of town last weekend. We took just a short trip back to Lafayette where we used to live, and I mean short trip, like Friday night to Sunday afternoon. So we didn't have a lot of time, but I think we made pretty good use of what little time we had. Got to see a lot of good friends, so it was really a great trip. Did manage to squeeze in a couple of thrift stores, and I picked up a few things. And you know what? I just realized this is the first time that I've been shopping since about August. That's when Jason lost his job. And I didn't go to any thrift stores or do any kind of artsy-craftsy shopping that whole time. I don't think that I did. I think this is the first time. Yeah, it felt good. And I went all out. I spent, I think, $7 because I'm a big spender like that. So I'll show you what I got. First, I want to show you this. This is a friend gave these to me while we were there. They're just the most awesome things ever. I am totally fascinated by the Day of the Dead sugar skulls. And she knows that, and she saw these, and she thought of me, which just thrills me. And she bought them for me, and she gave them to me, and they're like one of my favorite things ever now. These just make me so happy. They're just two of the, you know, painted sugar skull. They're little dessert plates, and I think they're just great. You know what? I would like to hang them on a wall, like a, you know, I don't know how they. Tragedy and comedy. What do they hang like that? Something like that. I think that would be funny. Or I could put a piece of cake on them, because that would be good. I'm just so thrilled with them. I'm not really sure if I want to hang them or use them, but either way, they will be happy here. And this is the weird, they were wrapped, and the store wrapped them in this, I don't even know what this is, but it's funny because it feels like a panty liner. It seriously does. It's some kind of just a real fibery cotton stuff to keep them from breaking, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to play with it and see what it does, and then maybe make something out of it. Who knows? Okay, the first thrift store I went to is one that I had not been to while we were living there. I think maybe they had opened the last year that we were there, but I either didn't know or I didn't have time. I don't recall. Anyway, it was new to me, so it was fun. It was a pretty good one. I picked up this. Oh, okay, you can't see the whole thing, but you'll get the idea. Picked up this canvas. It's, you know, somebody tried, bless them. Obviously, I'm gonna gesso over it and just, you know, use the canvas because it's a good canvas. So, and it was just, I think maybe $2. So, anytime I can find a canvas at a thrift store that's cheaper than what I can get at the craft store, I'll go ahead and pick it up because you can just gesso right over that and you've got a brand new canvas. And, you know, sometimes you get that added texture that's already there that just makes your own project more fun. I grabbed a little salt shaker. They had, this was just a single one. I think I paid $1 for it because I put glitter in these, and I was needing, I still need a couple more extra big ones like this. So I grabbed that. I grabbed this little binder, which I think is looks like a Martha Stewart product. It was $1, and it came with some papers and some those aren't stickers, what are these? Tab, die cut things. Oh, those are tiny envelopes. That's fun. Anyway, and a little zippy pouch. And I had it in mind for maybe a date book, because you know I have a date book for this year. Oh, I need to show that. Okay, another video. Anyway, and I'm happy with it for this year, but you know I was kind of torn between using a bound book and a 3-ring binder. I ended up going with a bound book because it's what I had. But now that I have a 3-ring binder, I might experiment with this one for next year to see if I like that, because it's a good size. You know, it's not the full 8.5 by 11 or whatever. It's a smaller one, and it might be just the right size. So that was my thinking. And these, you know, little things inside are just a bonus. I'll use them in something. So I got that. And then the last thing I picked up at that store was this metal frame, and I think I paid, I don't know, maybe $1 for it. And you know, it's seen some action in its day, and that's alright. I love these old metal frames like this. Some of them I'm using. I actually have a wall of family pictures upstairs, and I think I have a couple of these up there. I've painted them and done different things with them, but I still have a few that I've not done anything with. All I've done is accumulate them. And I didn't buy all these. I think my mother had some of these that she was getting rid of, so I took them. But, you know, they're all this kind of basic. They have different designs in the metal, but I love them. I love them very much, and I love them to, you know, use as is or to paint. And even if I don't use it as a frame for a picture, it's still just some awesome metal pieces. And these all have glass in them, which I can use for monoprinting or whatever. So basically, I just added to my collection that someday I'll figure out something great to do with, and then I'll be glad that I have them. But for now, they just make me happy by having them, and that's okay. I have a place to store them. They're not adding to clutter or anything, so that's all that counts. Second stop was to the Salvation Army there in Lafayette, which is, you know, like most Salvation Armies, it's hit or miss. Sometimes I find stuff, sometimes I don't. And I found these cute plates. These are not, they're not rare, they're not valuable, but they're pretty. And I don't know if you can tell that, you know, they have a pink and white roses around the edge with some little, I can't tell if that's just silver. And they're just Sheffield, Fine China, Japan, Classic 501, whatever that is. I just thought they were pretty. And it took some digging on all the shelves, but I found 2 dinner plates and then a couple of matching teacups. And, you know, and they're 39 cents, you know, that's not bad. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with them. I have seen, which I think is really cute, is you drill a hole through here, put them on a metal rod and attach that like that, and then you've got like a little bird bath to put in your yard or in a flower bed, which I think is cute. Turn them this way, and it's like a little decorative flower for your flower bed, or it's a, you know, that thing. Or I even thought about cutting off these handles, put these 2 together. You know, you have to just kind of picture that without the handle, and then that would make a cute, you know, tiered cake stand thing. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But they were one of the few things on the shelves at the Salvation Army that weren't chipped or cracked. They had a lot of china and teacups and all those kinds of things. Most of them had like a really obvious chip or crack in them, which is why they were there. But I rarely buy anything that's broken, and with few exceptions, and I have one exception. While I was digging through the shelves, I found this little creamer, and I don't know, I fell in love with it. It's kind of a yellow color with this blue design on a white background. It's got the gold trim. It is chipped right here in front. There's a little piece taken out of it. It's a clean chip. You know, it's it just looks like I can do something with this. And I love this, and I don't, you know, it has no value because of the chip, but it is in its day, or not in its day, but without the chip it would be collectible, because it's one of those, it's stamped made in occupied Japan, which gives it a very specific time frame of when it was most likely made. You know, it's mid-40s to early 50s. And a lot of people collect these kinds of China things that are stamped with that, the made in occupied Japan. So, you know, it's kind of a collectible thing. It's not valuable. I don't collect anything because of its value. I just collect it because it's cool or I like it. This is cool and I like it. And I think I can fix it. That's what I'm going to do, because now I will not be able to fix this in a way where no one will be able to tell it was ever chipped. Okay, that's not going to happen. If that's your goal, there are products you can buy and places you can send your chipped china to who will do that for you. You know, I've heard they do a pretty good job. Or, you know, you just go to replacements.com, you get a new one. This is not something, I paid 49 cents for this, okay? I'm not going to spend anything trying to fix it, because it will never be worth more than 49 cents. I just want to kind of repair that little chip so that when I look at it, my eye is not drawn to that bare spot right off the bat. Now, mine will probably always be, because I know it's there, but, you know, for someone else to look at it, I want them to, I'm hoping to make this blend in enough so that it doesn't jump right out and grab them first thing. Know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I'm going to move the camera down so you can get a closer look.